Today I dissected the sheep heart, which I have with me right here. This is the anterior portion of the heart, so here we have the right ventricle and the left ventricle. Above the right ventricle is the right atrium, and above the left ventricle is the left atrium. Separating the right atrium from the right ventricle, you can see here inside of the heart is the tricuspid valve. And then on the other side, on the left side, separating the left atrium from the left ventricle is the mitral valve. Now we also have the aortic valve, which separates the aorta from the left ventricle. And I'm going to stick my probe here through the aorta so we can hopefully see that here within the heart. So in there is the aortic valve. And then we also have the pulmonic valve, which separates the right ventricle from the pulmonary circuit. And I'm going to try now to show that with the blunt probe here. We also have the intraventricular septum, which separates the two ventricles of the heart. And if I open up the heart here on the right side, we can see the intraventricular septum right here. It's sort of cut into, but it separates the two ventricles and ensures that blood doesn't flow between the two. Inside of the heart, the interior lining is called the endocardium, which you can see a part of right here. Then, this muscular portion of the heart, which you can see here, is called the myocardium. Now, the myocardium of the left ventricle is much, much thicker than the myocardium of the right ventricle, and this is because the left ventricle has to pump blood all the way through the systemic circulation, which includes all the extremities, where the right ventricle only has to pump it through the pulmonary circuit, which just goes to the lungs. Then on the outside of the heart, we have the epicardium, which covers the surface of the heart, and then if this were a heart sitting in the full cardiac cavity, it would have a pericardium as well to protect it from the other linings of the body cavity. If we open up the left side of the heart here, you can see that there are these fibrous little muscle things here, and these are called chordae tendineae, and what they do is they connect the papillary muscles to the various valves of the heart. So this one is connecting the papillary muscles to the mitral valve and the aortic valve to make sure that the valves don't collapse on themselves. It's hard to see, but buried beneath this fat on the exterior of the heart is the coronary arteries, and the coronary arteries are what supplies the heart itself with the blood and oxygen supply that it needs.